With Amanda Wycoff.
FM 102.1 and AM 1230 WJBC. I don't know if I should be offended. My next guest walked in and handed me a sage stick. I don't know if she's trying to get rid of my bad mojo. I don't know what's going on here. It's time for my open house with Berkshire Hathaway's Amanda Wycoff. She joins me in studio right now. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
What did I do to you? Why don't sage me, young lady?
Everyone can use a good sage stick every once in a while.
I'm going to tell you something. I have saged 2 homes in my life.
Yeah?
And after saging it, they sold.
There you go.
They sat there stagnant in the market. It was priced correctly. We were looking at other homes that were selling that were near to identical, same square footage, same neighborhood, same style home, same community. Wouldn't sell, nonstop showings, nonstop showings. Walk through with some sage. Bam! Offer Monday.
There you go. It cleanses the energy. I don't know if you believe in it, but it's worth a shot.
I love it. Thank you for bringing me some
You bet.
sage.
I buy them in packs of 100.
I love it. I love to ask this question every single week you're in here. How many homes are active on the market right now? Single family homes.
139 homes.
Okay, 139 homes. What's the sweet spot? What price range are you seeing the most of them in?
There's a nice mix. I can tell you there's only 8 between 250 and 300. Only 8 of the homes, all of in the 139 are new to the market. The average is 100. Average days on market is 101.
The average days on the market is 100 days?
100, yeah.
They haven't sold in 100
For the active
days.
homes. Mm-hmm.
Why? I mean, we're talking about this market where there's no housing and people are renting and people are moving out of town and renting out of town because they can't find anything in town. How can there be 100 homes on the market? They all have to be overpriced.
10 of them have done price reductions of the 139. So let's think about that. Maybe they are priced a little higher than they should. Okay, the market has changed just a little bit from the summer.
If you were to have held a gun to my head and said, how many homes do you think have been on the market for over 100 days in this town? I would say at the most 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or are these houses that are not desirable? Are they knockdowns?
No. They just might be priced a little higher. There are some new constructions that are out there. There's 52 new constructions on the market, and sometimes the new constructions, they list the moment that they dig, so they might not be ready exactly for people to walk through. I notice a lot of people when they're looking for new construction, they have a hard time envisioning what it will be until there are actual photos and drywall. I love going through blueprints. I can envision what it will look like. That's just my background, growing up with a builder dad and looking at blueprints since I was 8 years old, but a lot of people can envision it.
I cannot.
No,
I can look at an empty home and be okay.
Yes.
I don't need a staged home. I can envision what the possibilities are, but my eyes would not allow me to walk through a 2x4 structured home and say, oh, this is going to be a great living room. I couldn't do it.
Now let me ask you, can your eyes envision a home without people's personalized things in it?
Oh yes, you show me an empty home, I'm ready to go.
What about a home that is very taste specific with creepy dolls in it?
You got to get over that. I love you very quick. You just got to get over, because that's their junk, not my junk. They're going to take their junk, and if they leave it, I'm throwing it in a dumpster.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put my junk in there.
So you can see beyond that.
Oh, yeah.
Remove things. You just can't put walls in.
My first home, I could not see that.
Mm-hmm.
My second, third, fourth home, I can see that now, because carpet is stupid carpet. Carpet can be removed and be gone by tomorrow.
Yes.
Paint can be gone by tomorrow. Cabinets can be gone by tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You can put in a new bathtub by next Saturday. Mm-hmm. You're fine.
But that's due to experience.
Right. You've got to look at the house. Is there water leaking? Is the roof falling in? You've got to look at that stuff, which a lot of it you can look with your own eyes, but that's why you then depend on an inspector. You put a strong team together to make sure that when you go run at this home to try to get it, you're making a great offer on a home and you know what you're getting out of it.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of video tours for several buyers right now who live out of state.
I could not do that.
Okay, so I do like a 45-minute tour. I am running the water to make sure the water pressure is good. I'm looking underneath the sink to make sure that there's no leaks. I'm getting I'm in the weeds here. I'm I'm jumping up and down, making sure that there's no squeaks in the floor. I'm really getting into it to make sure that we're not missing anything.
I love that you do that for your clients. That goes above and beyond. But I'm spending my money, not your money, so your eyes can't spend my money. I don't know if I could do that. I go, let me fly in. Let me fly in. So we talked last week about price improvements, and you said that that's a great phrase instead of a price reduction.
Yeah, or adjustment, price adjustment still.
Right.
Yeah.
So of those 100 houses that have been on the market for over 100 days, what percentage of them are new, would you say, an estimate?
Like new construction?
New construction.
52.
Of the 100.
Of the 139 homes are new construction.
Okay, of the ones that have been on the market for 100 days.
Yes.
How many of those are new construction?
52.
52, okay. So of those other, let's just call it 52, why would you allow your house to be on the market for over 100 days? I mean, what I've grown to learn, and I know the market, the real estate has changed during the pandemic, but if you don't get an offer within 14 days, you have to change your price, is what I go by. I don't know if that's the case anymore because of pandemic times, but if you're at 30 days and you're at 60 days, you need to say something needs to change drastically here, or do these people just owe so much money on their homes that they have to get that amount of money, or they're going to lose? I mean, sometimes you just lose and move on.
Well, it's all going to be different per seller, but the strategy should be when I go in to meet with my clients, I definitely tell them what the right price should be, and this is what we should expect. I list a little bit lower than what we expect to get given the market conditions, but the market is shifting and it's so unpredictable right now. So I think a lot of people, when they listed, the market shifted on them. And so you have to almost do a whole new presentation on here's what it looks like today. Now, where are we going to go from here? New strategy, guys.
All right. If a house has been on the market, Amanda Wycoff is in studio from Berkshire Hathaway.
Hi, everybody.
We talk a couple times a month here. If you have a home on the market for 100 days and there's been no offers, when do you talk to your clients about pulling the home off the market and letting it re-establish on the MLS? Because if you take it off and you sit for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or whatever it is, you can then relist it as a new listing, and then it repopulates, so everybody's like, oh, new home, let's go look at it. But it could be a home that's been listed for 60 or 90 days. Do you like doing that? Do you like pulling a home off the market, waiting until it can be relisted as new?
Do I like that? No, I like selling the house for them. My goodness. But if we're ever in that situation, I think the good strategy would be, especially this time of year, when October, we usually have this influx of homes that are selling, which is great, and then we get into November, where it gets colder and we're going into the holidays. So right around that November, Thanksgiving time is a good time to strategically remove it from the market. Perhaps, if you're still interested in selling, putting it on the private listing market so it's still searchable by agents. So the agents know that if they have a buyer, you're still interested in selling. So popping it on the private listing market so it doesn't accrue days on market, doesn't go on Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, all the major search sites, but the realtors can see it. And then popping it back on the market early February, end of February, when the buyers are starting to get that itch again.
I didn't even know that thing existed, that private listing. Didn't even know that was a thing.
It's interesting, and there's so many so much technology available to us as realtors on the back end. So this private listing network is really great. It's a wonderful tool, but also the neat thing is gone are the days that we have to call the seller in order to book our showings. We go into an app called Showing Time, and we book our time based on what's available. So it's pretty easy to figure out how many showings there are, because if they're only in 30-minute increments, you can say, oh, okay, well, it's being shown 8 times a day, or we're the only one.
So you can't have smoke blown on you saying, oh, we've got a hot one here, we've had showings all day, we're going to have offers by 5 p.m., you better come look now.
Yep.
It's all a story. It's all a story. But now, the transparency of it, that's great for everybody involved. We can now approach a home knowing that there's truth in truth.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. What's listed right now or listing today or this week that you think people should pay attention to? Do you have a home that's recently listed or one that's got your attention?
18 Brookridge is my new construction, and it's Brookstone, and it is $499.9, and it's 2-story, it's 5-bedroom, finished basement, it's beautiful, and it should sell to the right buyer here soon.
Yeah, fantastic. How about open houses? Have there been any recently? Have they not been needed? Where you went with open houses lately?
Well, I know this is called open house, right?
This is an open house. You can come in here anytime you want, whether it's your segment or not. But I want to know out there, are open houses happening Saturdays from 10 to noon?
They kind of are. Scott, I don't like open houses that much.
Why?
I do, and I don't. Okay. In the beginning of my career, I did about 5 open houses a weekend, and I certainly picked up buyers from that and was able to, generate maybe some activity for the house. But did they bring in the right buyer for that house? No. I see a lot of looky-loos, career open housers.
Yeah.
I
Well,
do.
it's your neighbors.
Yeah.
You need to go and see.
Nosy neighbors, that sort of
Do
thing.
the Wycoffs have a nicer home than I? Let me go look.
Yeah, and then you can't control who comes in the house, so we're inviting everyone. So then you got to get rid of your prescription drugs, any weapons, any jewelry, all that stuff, and then I've got to make sure that I have an exit plan in case someone comes in to try and murder me. So I got to make sure that I'm here in the front to keep track of who's coming in and out, and make sure that everyone who comes in goes out.
Right.
So they're not hiding in the master closet waiting
Right.
for me when I'm turning. Yeah, so it's like a strategy sort of thing, But the only reason I think to have an open house is if we're so booked up with showings that like every 30 minutes is booked up, and there are more people that want to see it, and there are no opportunities for them to do so. And then we open up the doors, and then several of us will be in the house on my team to open it up.
There are a lot of great neighborhoods in this community, in Bloomington-Normal and beyond. Is there one that's a really hot neighborhood right now? Is there a neighborhood that everybody's like, I want to live there?
Okay, I can think of several. Right now, top of mind, I would say, I have several buyers who are just waiting in the wings, kind of hovering, waiting for something to hit in these neighborhoods, and they will snap it up in a heartbeat. Anything on like the Broadway and Normal, that sort of area. Ridgemont off of Jersey. Oh boy, people like drive through that neighborhood real slow, hoping that someone's out doing their yard work.
Right.
Hey, you
wanna
thinking about
sell?
selling?
Right. All right. If people want to get in touch with you and your team, is it best to call? Is it best to go to a website? Is it best to email? How do people get in touch with you if they want to buy, or they want to sell, or if they just want to ask questions?
It's pretty easy to go onto our website, teamwycoff.com. That's team like a sports team, Wycoff, WYCOFF, like French fry.com. Or you can just text me, 309-242-2647. That's 309-242-2647. And I'd be happy to answer your call.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you for having me.
There goes Berkshire Hathaway's Amanda Wycoff. It's my open house right here on WJBC.
I'm sorry, I badmouthed open houses. I just, you know what?
No, you've talked about that before.
I know.
Hold on, let's see what this person is about. JBC, good morning.
Yes, is it too late to ask the lady a question?
You can ask her anything you want.
Okay. I've noticed I've only lived in my house for 48 years, but the neighborhood, there's a number of people that still live there. But I noticed people are taking their disconnected garages and making them into, some of them call it mother-in-law house, mother-in-law place.
Yeah.
Is that really illegal to do that to your garage and rent it?
Oh, I don't know about the legalities of that. You would have to check with whatever town or city you live in about the regulations. I mean, I clearly have gone in homes where there is a garage and a mother-in-law suite above it that can be rented out, but as for turning the actual garage, I mean, if it has an entrance and an exit, it has the proper plumbing and electricity, I think anything can be rented, but then it comes down to how many independent living you know, are on a plot line and all that stuff, you'd have to check with your city or town on that one. And she's gone.